there's Jen Hines.
Maggie, that bread is really freaking good.
Isn't it? It's so simple.
Oh my gosh.
I was searching Pinterest for pendant lights for my kitchen because I got to narrow that down, and it popped up out of nowhere, and I legit had 3 bananas. It's blender muffins real quick, or blender bread real quick. I mean, it was so easy.
That was so good.
Oh, everybody froze again.
I think you're freezing.
Yeah, it's not us.
It's not us. It's you.
Not me. It's not me. All right. Well.
Stop. Y'all, please tell me you hear my husband.
What was it? What's he doing?
Okay, first of all, he's trying to fix the dishwasher. Everything I touch in my house is breaking, literally. The dryer, the dishwasher, my loofah, like everything. So stay away.
Stay away.
I know. It's ridiculous. So he's trying to fix it right now.
It sounds like poor Jackie's day. Jackie Hughes Monday went in to get her phone. Like she had a crack in her phone and they were going to upgrade her. And she's like, oh yeah, no problem. Except I guess her iCloud didn't back up for like, I don't know, 2 years or something. And it looked like it had, but when she tried to pull it over, like everything was gone.
Oh no.
She said that was Monday. And then Tuesday, Instagram blocked her from posting. She's like, why is every technological thing breaking?
That's 2. I'm afraid she might have 1 more. Comes in 3s. Lindsay, sounds like you've already had like 6.
Yeah, I'm like good. I'm like 3 times 3 at this point, so we're fine.
Okay. Well, hopefully Emily and Maggie can pop back on. I don't know what's going on with their computers. Perhaps they're also having the issues.
It's because it's going to be a full moon and Friday the 13th.
They just need to shut down schools.
I know. Like, I'm so afraid to go on Friday. Not even worth it.
I'm afraid for Friday. I'm like, what the heck? Behavioral issues out the wazoo.
Right? Seriously, it's insane.
All right. So hopefully they'll pop back on, but do you guys want to go ahead and get started? Since we're only going to be doing these for half an hour, I don't want to like catch up.
Right. And we had talked about, we'll run it by you real quick, you guys as seasoned coaches. We're trying to keep the quad squad calls very concise because we have so many different calls that we have the opportunity to hop on from Together Rising, Soul Wires, Good Vibe Tribe, Team Set Your Soul on Fire, and all those resources that we were thinking about doing, just like kind of almost set topics. Like the first part of the month will be, the first call will be like a marketing plan. Things you need to know, like the work's coming up, what's everybody's plan for the work, and also just teaching like our new coaches or your new coaches. Sorry. Hey, I gotta be right by my side doing this. And also like showing everybody the resources that we have access to, because we have such amazing resources within Quad Squad, within Together Rising, and all of our groups. The second call of the month will typically be a push to Emerald that everybody can invite to and be part of. The third call, I think, Danielle, we had talked about maybe doing social media audits, like a social media type thing. And then the last call of the month will be like Success Club tips, push for Success Club. Because we have so many other great calls we can hop on, we want to just kind of provide those standard ideas so you guys know what to expect and can invite your coaches that might need that type of content. I think the push to Emerald definitely needs to be there because nobody's doing those consistently, and we need to pop some emeralds.
Yes.
So that's what we're thinking. But if you guys, you know, as leaders and for your coaches that are coming on, if there's topics that you wanted to discuss, just let us know. We just wanted to have some more structure moving forward with the Quad Squad calls so that they are valuable for you and your coaches too. Because we don't want to just repeat the wheel and keep, you know, just opening it up to Q&A because some people don't come with questions. So, and we have the group that we can ask questions in as well. So Maggie, we're just going over kind of like the outline that we had briefly talked about for the structure of the calls moving forward. And again, that's not set in stone. If you guys, like if we have a big launch, talk about that and bump it up, we'll talk about that. But that's kind of what we're thinking. Does that sound right, Danielle?
Yeah. It sounds exactly right. Yeah, I mean, to me, the content we have so much access to content. We don't need to keep going over content on these calls, like, especially because there's no, from my estimation, there's no real new coaches coming on Quad Squad calls. It's all people interested in building their business and who have been doing that. So I feel like Jen said tonight, it would be best served to like go over, okay, you know, I know Summer, to call you out specifically, when we had asked, what do you guys want to go over? You had put up something very vulnerable. That's not new. Like, you're not the only person that's ever felt that way, and it's okay to feel that way. But it's what you do with that feeling that's going to make or break your business. I mean, you're either going to tank and let this just be a fun little hobby that you do when it's convenient to you, or you push through and find a way to reclaim that fire and to make this into a business that really does light you up. Because you started out very strong, and I know a lot of us do. We start out really, really strong. Something happens. Sometimes nothing happens. And it just kind of ebbs and flows, and it's that entrepreneurial shift. And I think so much, you know, like what Jen said, that's what our group is for. It's not just for dropping GIFs when you know, hit SC, or specific, like, hey, the work is launching, what are you guys doing? But it's, hey, I'm struggling. Like, this is a sisterhood that we all need to be able to kind of cling together and rise up. So I don't know, Jen or Maggie, do y'all want to take like how to find the resources within the groups?
Sure. I mean, Summer, did we address your, I mean, I just want you to know too, I mean, all of us, including, I mean, even Moira, and at that level, go through those those trials, and like that, like Danielle said, that roller coaster. And especially when life gets really hard, it can be. But first and foremost, I would challenge you to do a gut check of your own journey. Danielle always calls me out on our success partner trips, like, well, how's your own journey going? How's your physical journey going? And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, and are you pushing through that? And are you growing where you need to grow? That was the Christina Battaglia call that we shared in this group. And I know Cece shared it in her group. I mean, I needed to hear that today. I listened to that replay, and she's like, you know, yes, you can check off the vital behaviors, but what else are you doing to push yourself forward? What are you doing to get uncomfortable? You know, and kind of doing that gut check. And if you need us to help you with that gut check, because I know sometimes it's nice to have other, Cece's your upline, and she's amazing and she's fantastic, but sometimes it's great to have other resources that you can do that gut check with as well. So just know that all of us on Quad Squad, not even just the leaders, but Emily, Lindsay, Jen Towner, Emily Adams, who's not brand new, but new. I mean, she has a lot of insight too as a newer coach, you know, but just know that everybody, I mean, you hit it hard and high and did amazing. And it's kind of hard to keep that momentum up, you know, so don't feel like you always have to be hitting SC20. You have to, you know, kind of figure out, and that's the beauty of this business, is that you can do it and keep going because you have a why. And hopefully you're reading your why and reading your vision each and every day, or rewriting it. I still have to share my vision and how that came to fruition a couple weeks ago. Yes, I do. So, but as far as like Quad Squad, I'll hop into that. And Summer, please reach out to any of us if you want to talk more one-on-one. Okay.
Hey, Jen, while you're pulling that up, I do want to say one thing to Summer, and really I feel like it's important for all of us. Last night on Meredith's Good Vibe Tribe call, she talked about something that I don't feel like is pressed enough, especially Summer, when you started, and I'm just going to pick on you because you were the one who posted it. And I feel like it's most helpful because you asked this specific question, but we all go through it. When your business is built based on your results, so like you had a freaking phenomenal to-be mindset journey, and your transformation photos blew it out of the water, and you can ride that for a long time, but where do you go from there? And I think that's where that pull is to like, okay, so did I peter out? Like, did I hit that peak and now I'm done? Like, if your physical journey is, I mean, technically kind of where you want it to be, it's hard to know where to go. But Meredith's call last night, she talked for a significant part of that call about finding your mission. And I think that developing a mission statement, that's a business activity. And it's so easy to treat this like a hobby. And to me, I feel like you can treat it like a hobby and hit SC20. Like SC20 does not mean you have a business. SC20 means a lot of people are watching your journey and want to join. But when it's time to grow a business, that's a new mindset shift. And businesses have business plans and businesses have mission statements. And I know that kind of stuff is scary because that makes it legit. Like, oh, hold on, this isn't just for fun anymore. Like, this is a real thing. And I don't know if maybe you already have that, but it doesn't, like watching your social media, it doesn't necessarily seem like you're singularly focused on attracting this one specific type of person. And I think that that's a really big part of pushing to that next level and hitting and maintaining and continuing to rise above diamond. Like hitting diamond, to me, that's just a strategy thing. You know, you enrolling coaches and knowing where to put them. Like that's strategy. But where do you go from there? You know, and that is getting really clear on who you're trying to attract, finding other business builders that are clear about what they want to do, and then running together. You know, and like Jen said, SC20 is great, 50, whatever, you know, is awesome, but not all businesses are built that way. Like it's okay to hit SC10 every month, SC12, SC16, but the quality of people that you're attracting are so much different. They're focused on building a business or inviting other people to do, even if it's not a business yet, inviting other people to do this with them. They're very invested in their health. So hopefully that helps, but you might go back and watch Meredith's call because this is really good.
Okay.
And Christina Battaglia, for Together Rising. Powerful. All right, I've got a couple of different sites pulled up. I just want to, and again, you guys are very familiar with some of these resources. So this is for make sure that you are sharing these resources with your coaches, okay? So let me share my screen, and Maggie and Danielle, please hop in here at any time. So I'm going to start with Quad Squad because you guys, we poured so much energy into developing this content when we first started Quad Squad. And I know that so many of you that were at Summit said how much Quad Squad has meant to you. So make sure you're using it, not just the people, but the content that we poured in here. So I think most new coaches after a couple of coach calls need to be in Quad Squad and looking at this stuff because we have all these files, social media ideas for the color wheel. You know, are you posting your Danielle always reminds me to share more stuff outside of Beachbody. You know, so who are you outside of Beachbody? Make sure you've done the color wheel. There's so much content in here on social media. Power hour and chunking resources. We have so many people that are doing different power hours. I think maybe we should create a document of when everybody's hosting power hours so that people have that opportunity to hop in and out. I know Together Rising has a couple going on as well. Scripts. There's oftentimes when I can't think of the right words and I'll text Danielle, hey, what are you sending out to our sneak peeks, and vice versa. You know, if you have a challenging conversation going with a client, a potential client, you just can't think of the words because you're so close, or you're just brain dead, or you're sick, or in the middle of a move, or you're, you know, all these things that happen, reach out to somebody, ask them how they would respond. Sometimes we get stuck in our head and we overcomplicate things. So scripts are in there. Free content, free groups. Are you guys running free groups? If you need something to, I always get excited about, I dread my free groups, but then once I do them, I get so excited because it's usually something that I need in my own journey. Whether it's free doing Miracle Morning, or, you know, like right now it would be great to do, like, we have 75 healthy kids lunch menus or lunch recipes from Autumn that we can share and do that for moms that are trying to figure out what to pack their kids for lunch. How to start conversations, tips for hitting Success Club, recorded power hours, coach training videos. Our whole Coach University is right here, guys. How to rank advanced to diamond and beyond. Challenge group info. You have a new customer, new coach. Now what? Morning meltdown info. So all this stuff is still here for you guys to share with your coaches. Plus, just use the group for like I'm so proud of someone for putting that out there because so many people feel that way and think that they're alone. I always get this sense of security when Moira says that she's struggling, you know, because sometimes she never shares that. And I'm like, you really need to share that, because if you're struggling, then it makes it okay for everybody else to struggle too. So that's this Together Rising. Again, for those of you guys that are in here, we have, file section. Soul Warriors has a ton of files in their file section. Team Set Your Soul on Fire has a ton. This compensation training is amazing. I can get that for anybody that's not in Together Rising. And the Good Vibe Tribe website, you guys, this is such valuable information. And look at the coaches that put this stuff together. I mean, we have such amazing, amazing resources. So just make sure that you're plugging your coaches into these resources. Because like Danielle said, we have a ton of content. So we're wanting our calls to be more action oriented. Like, let's show you the resources. Let's talk about a marketing plan. Let's get people to Emerald. Let's do social media audits. So these calls moving forward are going to be more action oriented, not content, because we've got access to so much content. And then Beachbody, your back office has a ton of content as well. Maggie or Danielle or Lindsay, Emily, anybody else, Jen, anybody want to pipe in about additional resources?
I mean, no, that's where you find them, all of
Right.
them, and if you can't find something, you're just not looking hard enough. I mean, really, it's all there, Google that shit. It's all there for you. Ask one of us, and just use it. Together Rising obviously isn't as organized as Quad Squad. If there's something in Together Rising you think Quad Squad really needs, step up, put it in there, start a new unit. Most everybody on this call, I want to say, is an admin, except for maybe Emily. Sorry, Emily. But if you want to throw something in, let us know. Or say, I really think this content needs to be added to Quad Squad. Give us that, because if it's organized in Quad Squad, it's going to be easier to find. Together Rising has stuff dated back to 2016, maybe even 2015. When did we sign up? 2016. So you have to understand that, the file section in Together Rising is huge. So you go all the way down to the bottom of that, you're going to find things, hidden gems,
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Real quick? One thing that I found really helpful lately is the Super Weekend video about how to get people started in the coaching business. So I've sent that to a few different people, and it's in the Coach Online office. So people I've talked to for a while, but I think it does a pretty good job of explaining how things work. So that might be something to add somewhere.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And I'll kind of go back to what Jen was saying about using Beachbody's resources. We all have really powerful teams that have created a lot of resources in and of themselves. But if you ever have any questions, you can always search. And that was going to be the other thing I was going to say. You can search Beachbody's coach website and it will pop up. If you don't know what, I don't know, there's all kinds of resources about who certain workouts would be good for, or, all of that kind of stuff. And then be sure you're using the search functions of the group. So if you remember when Jen had her screen up over there to the left-hand side, it said search this group, type in social media post ideas. Yeah, right there. Search this group. You can always do that. And I feel like most of you guys know that, but it is really important that we teach our coaches how to be self-sufficient in that way so that you aren't constantly drained. Because I think as you gain teams and as you gain coaches, you can spend a whole lot of time telling a lot of coaches the exact same thing. So it's really important for you. I think it was, I don't remember who it was, but somebody had said when they asked their upline, I can't remember if it was Moira or somebody else, one of their coaches had said, yeah, well, when I ask her, all she does is Google it and then screenshot the Google. Is that Moira that does that? I feel like it is. But that's still answering their question, but you're also showing them, I found this on Google. You too can be resourceful because there's so many things. And that doesn't mean don't reach out to us. I do want to make that point. Summer, if you have a question, ask Cece. Lindsay, if you have a question, ask Maggie. Emily, to me, nobody here minds being asked questions, but be sure you do your due diligence first. And, because I feel like so much of the time when you do the time to look for it yourself, you remember it versus asking the same question to somebody over and over. So hopefully that's helpful. Did you want to, kind of go over marketing plan really quick since we just have a few more minutes?
Sure. We are going to keep these calls to 30 minutes. I am recording them too. So Lauren, we'll catch you up on the back end, but we talked kind of about those. It's okay. No, I mean, we'll hop on when we can. So I know you guys had some questions about the work. So Danielle, you want to pop in and share what you and I had talked about, like the Good Vibe Tribe? I don't know if Together Rising is doing one or not. According to Cece, there's not been any talk on the To Start Up thread. I'll be back in that thread tomorrow, so I'll be sure to ask as well, and make sure. And I'll send Moira a text now, and find out.
Yeah. So Good Vibe Tribe, which is Meredith and down, that includes all of Together Rising. So you guys can always participate in everything that Good Vibe Tribe is doing. You do not have, and I'm sure, I don't think anybody would care that I say you don't have to do everything Together Rising is doing. Like, just because you're a part of that, you can 100%. I mean, I'm in Good Vibe Tribe and I do a lot of things with Together Rising. We're all one big team. So Good Vibe Tribe is going to be having a test group. So the way Meredith is going to run it is it's only going to be available for coaches. So when you enroll someone with the work, they've got to be enrolled as a coach. She's not allowing any customers in there. That doesn't mean it can't be a new coach who is technically a customer and just learning the program, but she is making it basically a coach training along with like, hey, we're going to do this test group. So just like Jericho and just like Autumn and all of that, how they've been running their test groups where it is the program, but it's also how do I share this program with other people? So she's going to be doing that. I know I am personally not going to be doing the work. It's not my jam, and I'm totally comfortable with that, and I have no problem saying that on my social media. So I think that it's important that you decide what you want to do with it and run with it. And whether that's with the team or not, it doesn't matter. This is your independent business and you get to run it the way that you want to run it. So I'm actually going to be doing the rest of Morning Meltdown. I am going to invite my people. Obviously my coaches are all going to be invited. And then I'm going to be in the test group for Good Vibe Tribe, but I'm not going to be participating in the workouts. I'm going to be chronicling it through Matt. He agreed to basically be my guinea pig for it and let me like do meals for him and give him the supplements that I, feel like are best fits. Like creatine is a really good fit for the work. Like there's some performance line supplements that are really well paired with it. So I'm gonna basically have him do that, and he's gonna have his journey right alongside with mine. We're both gonna end at very similar times, but it'll allow me to basically still show up on social media with that program, but not actually have to do it, which is exactly what I want to do. And then post Morning Meltdown, I know Jen and I had discussed this, but I'm going to be doing a round of the Ultimate Reset. So, and you said, is anyone else doing the work? Maggie? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Emily, you would do, I can't tell people what to do, but like, I know Carrie Crowther's like all hell bent and gung ho about it. And I'm like, well, good for you, girl. Amanda Collison is from my team. There's a bunch of people who are like all about it.
Do your own boot camp, or you could plug them into Meredith with a lot of other people, So it's
yeah.
You could do something.
Well, I talked to my coaches about it, and they're they're scared of it. I'm kind of like, I'll do it, but so my coaches started later. They all want to go back and do Lift 4, and I'm fine with doing that with them too. I don't know. I'm still deciding. I'm still on the fence, but I do have a couple of guys that I've been talking to about this program that I've sent the preview bit, like we've been in discussion, coach prospects. So I want to have somewhere I can plug them in if they decide they're going to pull the trigger. So that's good to know.
Yeah, and I think, and I'm not going to speak for Beachbody corporate here, but I would say that hey, Linda, we're just finishing up our other call. We'll be with new coaches in just a minute. But I think, like I said, I'm not going to speak for Beachbody corporate, but my guess is that this is such a female-dominated corporation at this point that they're trying to reclaim some of what they had in the beginning and what made Beachbody to begin with. And this is the way to do it. And I say, go forward. Like, I would love for my husband to be able to build his own business. Like, for the love, please take over your own coach account so that I don't have to. So if this is the way he gets to do that, then on a silver platter, please.
And I did the workout with Amwala at Super Weekend in Seattle because he was there, and it was awesome, you guys. And so it was hard, but if you're kind of on the fence, I say go for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And he's
for
cute.
sure. He is cute. I think we're going to do like how Jen and Tom do theirs, where he's like doing his workout in like the same space, but he has a laptop and I'm using the TV, and we're going to just do them at the same time. So we still get our time together, but he'll be doing a completely different workout. Yes. All right. Well, I know Jen and I have our new coach call in just a few minutes. So does anybody have any other questions before we hop off? Lauren, what are you doing? Are you doing the work?
I am. I started doubling up on Morning Meltdown so that I can really kind of get it from the beginning.
Right.
So that's what I want to do, because I figured it would be good marketing opportunity, because I'll be totally honest, my nutrition for the first 50 days of Morning Meltdown hasn't been the best. So the next 50, I showed that you could get results just doing one workout, right? With not a whole lot of good nutrition. And then for the second half, I'm going to show what you can do when you double up, when you actually do your nutrition, and then we'll head on to the work.
Am I the only one that can be pissed off at Lauren for getting results like that, for being like, oh, I'm passing nutrition. Oh. I eat like crap, but hey, here's my six-pack.
I don't want to brag, but I kind of did the same thing.
Whatever.
I did the same thing too.
Shut your big mouth.
I don't know how it happened, but I've eaten like shit for 50 days or however, 46, 48, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow stuff's still happening. So,
Well, aren't you just the luckiest little
I
lady?
know.
for now.
That's not
For now.
my experience.
But everything's breaking. So, yeah.
Enjoy it while you got it, girls, because it's not going to last. Just kidding.
I know. I know.
All right. Do you guys want to do a quick boomerang before we have to
Yeah.
wrap up?
For
Okay.
sure. I need a gallery view. Oh shit.
You let us know when you're ready, Lauren.
I'm sorry, y'all. I just came into the house on 2 wheels from tennis practice. I was like, I'm late.
What are we all doing? Because you know I'm always awkward with this stuff. So tell me
That's
what
what I'm doing.
Oopsie. I think I just got Danielle sticking her tongue out. Okay.
Somebody just tag me.
Yes, tag me.
I moved my freaking phone. Okay, keep doing it. We're goofballs.
Cute.
Love it.
And Lauren, hold on. Before we go, the part of the what you missed was talking about Meredith's call last night with the mission statement, and you posting your mission statement. Like, if you didn't do the work, that doesn't work for your brain.
Exactly.
You
So
have to.
that's why and I've actually been thinking about that this morning, because she was like, okay, if you're showing inner badass, like you need to have like guns and stuff. And I was like, well, I don't have that. I have my family, but I think I'm kind of a badass.
Well, when she said guns, I was like AK-47s?
I mean, I have pictures of me shooting. Like, I guess maybe I just need to bring them to the top of the feed, but
Yeah.
And then I was like, maybe she means like muscles.
Yes.
have those too. And tattoo.
Yeah. I feel like I need to do it for my brand too, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, figure out which brand is, and that's not my brand. Like 100%. I'm all about nourishment and blah blah blah. And like, if I'm like, oh, hardcore, I'm gonna do jumping push-ups. Like, nobody is gonna see.
Well, I can't do push-ups, but I can
can't
do all the
either.
other stuff.
We can do hard things, Emily.
Yes, you can.
I almost did a split today, so whoo!
Hamstring almost ripped, so it can.
All right, guys. So next week will be a push to Emerald to make sure you're getting your coaches on that, making sure they're inviting people that they need to get to Emerald. Okay. So we'll do that. Well, actually, Danielle's going to be doing that because we're all going to be in Tahoe. Oops. Are you okay to do that? Or do you need to switch up the, you got it.
It's fine. I'm just jealous if I'm not going to Chicago.
Right.
Danielle, will you calendar in when you're starting Ultimate Reset, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I'm as long as it fits, I'm in.
I'm going to do the Ultimate Reset when the bar workout comes out.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
me
a
too.
very good idea.
That is a good idea.
Me too.
I'm with Lauren.
Me and you, Lauren.
Man, she ditches me like a hot cake. Like, you're
Because
out.
she's down there in that corner. You guys, we had the perfect like Brady Bunch scenario going, and nobody did anything about it. All right.
Oh, I did. I took a picture.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Linda, you stay.
Bye.
Let's see.
And get up.
So I'm gonna reach out if you need to talk. Wherever
Yes.
she went.
She gone. All
All
right.
right.
Yay.
Hi,
Hi,
Linda.
Linda. Yay.